Hey everybody out there, so today for you guys we're going to discuss a fun little topic, and as you guys know, what you see in most of my videos behind me, you see a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh tins up there, and there's some more over yonder. Yeah, my southern accent is kicking in, and I just want to discuss, how excited a lot of people are for Master Rule 4.5, Master Rule 5, Revision Master Rule 4, whatever you want to call it, right? And I just wanted to discuss with you guys some of the cool decks I cannot wait to play around with. And we're just going to have a discussion here. This past month and a half, I guess you could say month now, I have seen the Yu-Gi-Oh community just be rejuvenated like I haven't seen in a long time with the revisions that are happening. The fact that there's no new mechanic coming out. The fact that we are actually kind of, I don't want to say it's nirvana. I mean, links will still be played. That's no discussion. Synchros will probably be played a little bit more, but hand traps do hurt them. But they'll still be played more. They're easier to do, right? Cool. Exceed plays will be made still. Those rank full toolbox decks that's stuck in your tins and you just can't play. Heraldic Beast, Gagagas, with new support coming out. Things of this nature are going to become a little bit better. Those fusion decks, those Fright Furs, those Fluffles, right? Those Flufferlies, those Freddy Krueger Nightmares on Elm Street. Five Nights at Freddy's, whatever. All these fusion decks, heroes, random fusion decks that you have not been able to touch are going to be more viable because of this revision. The community as a whole, I have not heard one negative response out of this. The only negative responses I've heard so far was maybe some way they were going to mix up Card Rush with Yu-Gi-Oh, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And the fact that it's happening, what now? 2.5 months. That's not that far away. Some people I've heard said, oh, that's 3 months away. 2.5 months is nothing. It'll be here before you know it. And you can see how excited people are in two ways in this community so far. I have seen it because I've seen other deck profiles of mine and other deck profiles from my peers that do Yu-Gi-Oh videos and deck profiles spike drastically. I've also seen, if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh card market watches, random buyouts of random decks and random things. DDDs. Everything from DDDs to Stellar Knights to X-Sabers to Scraps to this and that to Six Samurai. I have seen people buy and I have heard comments about it. And I am so excited for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm so excited for 2020 just to play some fun Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't care if my deck's competitive. You know how many decks have been sitting up there in those tins for 3 years and I haven't even touched? And you know how much deck building I'm going to have when April comes around? A lot. Let's talk about some of these decks I'm looking forward to building. And, I'm just so excited, first off, before I start talking about these decks I can't wait for. I'm just so happy that Konami did that one thing. I know short prints are still a problem, which I did a video on recently that should be out soon, if not already. But I'm so happy. I mean, yeah, we're going to have some banish. They're probably going to hit some of the broken stuff. But the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to be really good, I think, going forward. The way Konami is approaching this game is really, really nice, and I like it. We may get a new mechanic for a couple years from now. That is fine. I'm just happy with the process of Konami's the steps they're taking and listening to the community for the first time, which feels like in a long time. And that's really, really good to see. I believe that they're taking... Oops, sorry about that, dropped my pen. I believe that they're taking the right steps to actually, for the longevity of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because if we look, really, I feel like a lot of old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, and players in general, every time a new mechanic came out, they would get frustrated. People would quit. And I feel like links, while pendulums really were overpowered before the Master Rule 4, links drove a lot of players away in the community. And I saw that. I can honestly say, if I can speak freely here, and my numbers went down drastically compared to the first couple of years of this channel, they went down drastically overall compared to before links came out. Because it hindered a lot of strategies. And with those restrictions being lifted and the extra deck going back to sort of full power is amazing and is great. Now, people believe that links will no longer be a thing. I highly doubt that, and I disagree with that vehemently, because links are a part of the game. There are very powerful link monsters out currently, and they will continue to be more powerful link monsters coming out. This is going to be a thing. There will be powerful combos. There will be powerful decks. There will be rogue decks. But the fact that I can play decks out there, the fact that the casual Yu-Gi-Oh player out there can pick up and play any deck they want to, take it to tournament, tweak it, and not have to be restricted by putting resources into a link strategy and just play the deck the way it was meant to be, in addition to having links, is a very good play on Konami's part. The fact that you start to see now them printing a lot of quote-unquote, legacy support for random old decks is amazing. There are so many decks up there that I can't wait to play. Let's talk about some of these guys. Heraldics, Heretics, Gagagas, Blue Eyes Fusion. You know how good Blue Eyes... it's not going to be broken, but I can't wait to do that. I'm looking forward to that deck profile. I already know the way I'm going to play the deck. There's so many decks. Gadgets. Yeah, they're not going to be meta, but I can go back to playing Gadgets with the new support and not have to worry about links. I can go into Platinum Gadget if I want to, but I don't have to. So I can make rank 4 toolboxes, and there's some cool other little plays I can do it with that as well. It's really going to be fun. They're Stellar Knights, Heroes, Ritual Beast. Not going to be broken, but be better. Madolches, woohoo! Especially with the new support, right? Like, you see, like, my juices are just flowing for this. There are so many decks I just haven't been able to play, really, because they haven't gotten new support. Like, links hinder them. Fluffles, Fright Furs, same deck. Like, freaking Mecha Beast. I can make more Exceed than just Dragosack or Link, then go into this. Black Wings. Oh my gosh, I can go for multiple synchro plays. Synchrons. Need I say more? Yes, hand traps are a thing and will hinder them, but I can play those decks. Stellar Knights. Shadows with the new structure deck is going to be fun. BA is going to be fun. Necros may be a little bit better with Unicorn now. I don't know, but Unicorn's Unicorn, and maybe Unicorn will come off the list like in the OCG I think it did. But I'm just trying to talk here. There's so many decks, and there's probably more that I'm just not thinking of currently, but there's a lot of them out there that I'll be able to play around with. The Warrior engine is going to be really fun to play around with as well, because now we have Malicious at 3 of, and we can play around with rank 4 Warrior decks. We can build Exceed decks. Do you guys remember how powerful the rank 4 engine was prior to... links, pendulums kind of hurt it because they were broken, but they used to be a really powerful engine in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rank 4s. Not so much now. I don't think they would be as powerful unless we got Lavava Chain back. Hey. In some people's minds, Lavava Chain can come back because we have Ash Blossom. And everybody runs Ash Blossom, right? And we have Effect Failures and all these things. So, yeah, technically, because of impermanence and all these things, you can bring the Lavava Chain back into the game, right? Right? No, don't touch that fire, but I just planted a seed in your mind, and now you're going to be thinking, maybe he's right, or you're thinking to yourself currently, nope, he's completely wrong, and I disagree with every word he just said. But the point of this video is I just wanted to discuss with you guys, as I wrap it up here, about all the cool deck ideas you'll be able to play with Master Rule 4. The possibilities with Master Rule 4.5, Master Rule 5, yada yada yada. I'm just going to call this video Master Rule 5, even though we all know it's Master Rule Revision 4 or Master Rule 4.5, whatever. I'm just going to call it Master Rule 5 because that's what everybody's calling it. But you get my point, right? This is really going to help the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Grow. It's going to bring a lot of old players back. I've already started to see that. It's also going to be fun to dig out from the closet these old Yu-Gi-Oh! Strategies with new support on the horizon, like Karakuris and whatnot. That's going to be fun to play with. There's so many just random decks that are just going to become a little bit better. They won't be broken, but they'll be playable again because of this new strategy. However, there is one deck that still sucks. Ghost Tricks. Konami, make Ghost Tricks support. In some way, shape, or form. Because they still suck against Lynx. Because Lynx can't go face down. Sadly. I have a Ghost Trick deck. I could say these things. But you get my point here, right, guys? There's going to be a lot of cool strategies to play around with. And shout out to my friend Mike, who is waiting and counting down the days till he can play his Heraldic Beast deck. Because I can't wait to play that deck too, because it has its own Miracle Fusion Monster Reborn cards, and they're even getting new support. So, let's go. Can't wait for April. Tell me your thoughts down below, guys. What are some of the decks that you're looking forward to play with under the new rulings? Till next time, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling, and I'll see all of you guys next time. Take care, everybody.